Hello everyone, my name is Brian Puffolks and I am an immigration attorney with the law firm Puffolks Law Group, and thank you for tuning in to our channel. So I'm very excited to tell you all about a recent development in immigration law. The government agency USCIS just came out with a new policy on June 14, just about a week ago, which provides a quicker and easier pathway for people who have U visas pending to obtain employment authorization. And we all know how important it is to have legal authorization to work, which gives you formal government ID, it gives you the ability to have a social security number, and it also allows you in many states to obtain a driver's license and gives you that basic foundation and establishment that we all seek here in the United States. So exactly what is this process? Before I begin, it's important to understand what is a U visa. A U visa is commonly referred to as a victim's visa because the visa is designed for immigrants, non-US citizens, who were the victims of certain qualifying crimes, and after being victimized, to report those crimes to the proper authorities, usually the police. What's important is that many immigrants because of their status, are very nervous or apprehensive or scared about interacting with law enforcement. So Congress created the U visa to incentivize immigrants to report those crimes to make sure the proper authorities can seek justice in their cases and in general. The types of crimes that qualify for a U visa are 25. Some of them include rape, murder, aggravated assault, domestic violence. Many people, unfortunately, are the victims of domestic violence, sexual assault, trafficking, and a number of other serious violations. If you are a victim of one of these qualifying crimes and you report those crimes to the police and you help the police or the district attorney in the investigation of those crimes, you may qualify for a U visa. In order to qualify for the U visa, there are two basic steps. One, after being a victim and reporting that crime and helping with the prosecution or investigation of that crime, you have to get a certification from the local authorities that you are in fact being helpful. That local authority could be the police, and many times it could be the district attorney, it could be the criminal court, it could be a family court in cases of orders of protection, or some other agency that's responsible for enforcement. After you receive that certification, you must submit a U visa application before that certification is 180 days old, at the time that the certifier has signed that certification. Once you submit the U visa application along with that certification, you will have a U visa pending in the United States. If that U visa is approved, then you will qualify for employment authorization. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brian Puffolks, and I am a partner at the Puffolks Law Firm, and I'm very happy that you're joining me today. And I have some very exciting news that I want to share with you. Very recently, June 14th to be precise, Immigration, otherwise USCIS, the agency, came out with a new policy to make it easier to obtain employment authorization and something called deferred action. And we'll talk a little bit later about what deferred action is. They made it easier to obtain employment authorization for people who have pending U visa applications. I plan to upload a video specifically on the U visa so you know exactly what that is and how it works. But for now, just a very quick background. U visas are intended for immigrants who are victims of certain crimes, certain qualifying crimes. And they're usually crimes that are a little bit more serious in nature, like an aggravated assault or rape, murder, trafficking, but even crimes like domestic violence, which is very serious, or sexual assault are also included. There are 25 or so crimes included, as well as if you are a victim of anyone who is attempting to commit one of these qualifying crimes on you. The way you might qualify for a U visa is, first of all, reporting that crime to the proper authorities, usually the police, and then helping the police in the investigation and the district attorney in the prosecution of that crime. If you have to help in, at minimum, reporting the crime If they catch the guy and there's a prosecution, then you would, of course, be expected to also help in the prosecution of that crime. So the first step is reporting and helping. And you would have to get a certification from the proper authority that you, in fact, reported and helped. That could be from the police department, it could be from the district attorney's office, it could be from the criminal court, or any agency that's charged with enforcement of illegal or criminal activity. The second thing is, once you have that certification, you have to complete a U visa application and submit that U visa application while the certification is still valid. The certification is valid for 180 days, so that's very important. Now, if you submit your U visa application, it will be pending, and if it's approved by the government, you'll get a U1 non-immigrant status in the United States. So you'll have a valid, legal non-immigrant status in the United States. You'll be able to work, and if you maintain that status for 3 years, you will be able to qualify for permanent residence, otherwise known a green card. Now, one last thing I need to mention about the U visa before I talk about this new pathway, this easier pathway for employment authorizations. Even if you qualify for the U1 visa because you reported this crime and you helped the prosecutors prosecute the crime, the government always has discretion to determine whether or not you're deserving of this benefit. And they also have the obligation to make sure that there's nothing in your history, in your past record, that makes you unable, what we call inadmissible, for this benefit. So for example, let's say you were a victim of an aggravated assault. Someone, and each state for themselves will determine whether or not the crime qualifies as an aggravated assault. But let's just say, for example, someone held up a knife to you and demanded your money. That could be a threat of an aggravated assault.